I don't want my headband on for a YouTube video.
What?
Trashy.
You said it, not me, buddy.
So what's up?
Well, man, word on the street is you used to be a dirty little nasty Sony boy.
Oh yeah.
And now you...
Oh, I'm not ready for that.
and now you're an R6 boy.
So we're gonna talk about that?
Yeah, we should.
Let's talk about it. Well, let's start with the Sony, since that's where it all started.
And model
Get
making.
that thing out of here. Do you have a name as my assistant, like Sparkle or something?
Sparkle, yeah.
Sparkle. This is
Cinnamon.
Sparkle, my cinnamon. Is that better?
Sparkle, Cinnamon, Shine.
Sparkle, Cinnamon, Shine, the third.
The third.
Sony has been a great camera. I loved it. It was great, shot wonderful low light. I enjoyed having the little flip screen, but I will say this as I go, I'm just gonna give a little nods to what I do and don't like about.
Sure, that's the point, yeah.
I like the screen flip, but I always wish that it did have the Canon rotate to
Little
it.
gyrating screen.
So that was one plus about making the switch. About the only other plus that has really come out of the new camera versus this thing has been color. The Canon reads a lot better color. It captures it a lot more true to color, and you know, I think it takes a little less on the color editing side of things, at least on full scale. I feel like this took a lot. The Sony took a lot more effort to make. Look, that sounds bad. I don't want to say that about
No,
Sony.
it's
Like,
fine.
you know.
It's well known. The Sony has a very digital look.
Sony, I don't mean no hate.
I'm gonna feed him. I'm gonna feed him a line.
Feed me a line.
What's something that you may miss about the Sony that you don't have anymore here?
Man, I'll tell you something I miss about the Sony though. The weight.
Oh, okay, not what I thought. All right.
Canon is
Chunky
heavy.
boy. Chunky boy.
It feels like the whole, which granted I added a couple of new bits to my Ronin. I'm sure that if I ever do another camera bag I'll explain that in more detail, but the Ronin's a little bit heavier in itself, but the Canon is just a beefy monster.
I know the probably one of the knocks on Canon is probably the battery life. Do you miss like not having to worry about your battery?
Okay, so the battery thing, they do run out a little bit faster, and that's probably because I'm shooting better footage with it.
Yeah.
But we have enough batteries and like keep them charged enough that I really haven't run into much of a problem. As long as I've got 2 on a day, I'm fine. I used to could get away with just using 1 Sony battery, but even still, I'd carry 2.
Yeah.
Sure. And like you kind of didn't want to switch with a Sony. I feel like when I use a Sony, still on a rare occasion, like I'll like go the whole day. The last thing I filmed with the Sony, I made it to the very end of reception on 2%. And I was like,
and you just don't want to use.
And I don't want to use another battery because I'm like, I'm really close. I think I can just finish it out, and I did.
For my editors out there may understand this problem. Filming everything in slow motion has been an entirely different thing to get used to.
Sure.
Which granted, you know, that you don't have to do that. I'm choosing to do that because it looks great, but I used to, you know, would film live and then slow it down myself, so my clips would be a lot shorter. And now I'll end up, or well, I guess my clips would be longer the way I was filming them, but in the computer they'd be shorter. With Canon, I can't film for longer than a few seconds at a time before I'm starting to have a minute-long clip that I have to edit out of.
Yeah.
And that's more just user error. That's not Canon's fault. You know. But a big change from using Sony for years to jump into the Canon.
Sure.
You had any overheating issues yet?
No, I haven't ran into an overheating issue yet. I did with the Sony more than once, and to be fair, full sun. It was.
Hey, you'll run into it with. Don't worry, it'll give it to you.
Like I don't know whether or not that's going to be an issue with the Canon.
I only had it one time on the R6.
Really?
Only one
Not
time on the
bad.
R6.
And it was probably hot, sunny day.
It was Ellie Stafford's wedding.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
We were shooting a lot of footage, so.
So, I guess to wrap things up, after making the switch, I am happy that I stuck with Canon, I'm happy that I've made the switch to Canon. I miss the Sony. I will forever love this camera. It all but started Night Productions, and what did literally was like some kind of Canon camera. But everything that I've shot in the past 4 to 5 years has been on this camera, and I've loved it. It's been great. But I'm happy to upgrade. I feel like I can do more with this. I can take photos with this, better photos with it. I feel like I can do better video and certain lighting with it. I feel like I can control lighting better with it. All in all, feels like an upgrade, so I'm gonna call it an upgrade. Canon R6. If you liked the video, I'm just kidding. What do we say? Well, thanks guys for watching. We post a video on YouTube every Thursday at 6:30, so be sure to tune in to watch the next one. Hope you like this one. See y'all next time.
We're not putting that in.
But listen to me. You listen right here. Let me tell you something.